What is going on, guys? It's Bengal from Wrestle Central, and a happy new year to you all. Today I thought I'd count all of the wrestling figures I have in my collection, and as like a start of the year thing, see how many I have now, and compare it to a video I'm gonna make next year, and see how many figures I've gained until then. Ignore why that fell, by the way. This is the Anarchy sign, but it fell over filming. This is like totally take one. Telling you guys the year. I might, yeah, I'm not for, I need to be confident. Moving past that, I'm going to be starting off with missing figures that either need to be shipped in or have been chewed by my lovely dog. Then we're gonna move on to my basic figures. Then we're gonna move on to my women's figures, and then my AEW figures, and then all my male figures. So let's get straight into that right now. So the only figures that I am missing is this Rich Swann figure that my dog ate, completely ate its head off. Then we have this Ultimate Edition for Shawn Michaels, which has a broken arm, so he sent it back to ringside. That's what it looked like. But yeah, those are my only figures that are missing. I'm not counting Rich Swann, but I am going to count Shawn Michaels. The first figures I'm going to show were my very first ever figures, which were a battle pack. So they are Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I don't know what battle pack they were, but the attires are from the 2016 Royal Rumble. That's about all I know about these. I got these a very long time ago. But yeah, I still use this Kevin figure today. I'm thinking about having him be like a display figure because he's old and it's kind of hard to pose him sometimes and stand him. But I'm thinking about getting like the Elite 91 Kevin Owens and then maybe a Sami Zayn. I never really used this Sami. I've always liked Kevin a little bit better. But if you watch the pick feds, this is the ring announcer I have. But yeah, those are just the first figures I ever got. Now I'm just gonna pull figures out randomly. My next figure is this Rock figure who does not stand anymore. So we just got that old beaten Rock figure. We got AJ Styles, who is the referee. You might notice him a little better when he has the referee shirt on if you watch the pick feds. Next we have this Big E figure. I like that pink attire, or like the pink singlet, it really suits him. Then we have this big Braun Strowman figure. That came with the Wreck and Slam-mobile car. And we have this Cesaro figure. I got him and Big E for Easter 2 or 3 years ago now, I think. We got this Triple H figure. And then we have this Alberto Del Rio figure, which my dog did chew up, but, you know, it's fine. He's still working, and these 3 figures were given to me by my boy Chase, so shout out to him. Then we got this Batista figure. He was also a battle pack. He came with John Cena. John Cena also came with a hat and a chair. Next we have, if I can get his arms down, we have this Chad Gable figure. Then we have this, I believe it's the Elite Series, or the Basic Series 100 Undertaker. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong though, but I got a basic Undertaker. Pretty cool. Now, if you watch the pick feds, you gotta have a really open eye to see this guy sometimes. It's the cameraman that I use. It's a Dean Ambrose figure, and this is my favorite Dean Ambrose attire of all time. So, yeah. Then we got the Shinsuke Nakamura figure. He does have the armband, but I took it off so I could put on the shirt, and he's like a backstage security guy for my pick feds. Then we have the big dog Roman Reigns. Again, a pretty good attire, like a pretty good shirt. I like the one with the R and then the R better. But still, I like the color scheme. Next, we got The Miz dressed up as John Cena, which also came with a Maurice figure, which you're going to see later. Then we have this Luke Harper figure who is beaten to all get out. But rest in peace to Brody Lee, Luke Harper, John Huber. Very sad when I heard the news, but still a pretty good figure. Next up, we got Aiden English or me. In the Pig Feds, I use this Aiden English figure as me. But yeah, pretty hard to stand up. Head is really loose, and then you can see kind of like red on him. You can also kind of see it on this Ambrose figure in like the eyes. I drew like marker on them to act like it was blood, and never really come off. So there's that. And then my last basic figure that I can find is Mr. Sampson, or an Elias. So the reason I call him Mr. Sampson is because his last name is Elias, or his name is Elias Sampson, so just having it be an Elias Sampson, or Mr. Sampson, I thought was a good thing. So there we go, that's all of my basic figures. Let's move on to the women's figures. So the women's figures we have, I'm going to start off with Mrs. Wife, Maurice, who came in a battle pack together. And Maurice is dressed up as Brie Bella. Then we have this Bailey figure, which I really like the attire on. And we have this Brie Bella. Pretty good figure. She's going to be at a match in Anarchy. This is technically my sister's figure, but she's just stored it in my room. But this is one of her only figures. It's a Sasha Banks figure. So technically not mine, but I keep it in here. Then we got this Io Shirai, Io Sky, whatever. Same thing, but that's a really good figure. Probably one of my favorites. And we have this Naomi figure. I really like how the hair is like the half neon. It's a really good figure. It doesn't stand properly though, so that's the only bummer. We got full Nikki Cross in all of her gear. Pretty good figure. The head sculpt does look a little goofy, per se, but still a pretty good figure. And then next we have Rhea Ripley. This is my favorite women's figure that I have. I also love Rhea Ripley. Judgment Day Rhea Ripley is okay, not my favorite though. Then we have this Charlotte Flair who does not stand whatsoever. She never was able to stand. Also, she has one of the ugliest faces, or the ugliest head sculpt I have ever seen in my life. And my last figure is Liv, or Ronda Rousey. So those are all my women's figures. Now we are going to move into my AEW figures, which should be fairly quick. Moving on to my AEW figures, we do have this Matt Jackson. I'm looking for Nick. Can't find him right now, but I think my local wrestling collectible store has one, so I might go pick that up soon. But I would really like to start using this figure, but it is a pretty good figure from what I've done with it for a little bit. And yeah. Next figure is a Unmatched Series 1 Darby Allin. Really good figure. I found this at a collectibles store that my local middle school have. If you followed my TikTok, which you should right now, at Wrestle Central, you should have seen that also with the autograph that I got from the Gun Club. And then we have Hangman Adam Page, my favorite AEW figure. It's just such a good figure, man. And then my only mock figure in my collection is a AEW figure. It is the Walmart exclusive. If you can see it, it's the Walmart exclusive AEW Unmatched Series Hangman Adam Page. I decided to keep it mock because of it being Walmart exclusive. So he's gonna stay in his packaging and just be on like a display, you know. Now we are going to move into my men's figures, which need to make a little bit more space. It's gonna pile up to here, and I'm calling it. All right. So I have laid aside some of the figures that are like came together that I can remember right now. So we are gonna start off with these Hardy Boys from the Vault collection. These were my first Hardy Boys figures, my only Matt and one of my 3 Jeffs. But yeah, I love these figures, and yeah, these are really good figures. I like Jeff's like little bleached streak up there, and this Matt Hardy's really good. I took the arm; he had elbow pads on him, but they got annoying, so I took them off. I got them in my hands tub somewhere in there. And then next we have, if I can get them situated, the Undisputed Era. I got this battle pack together. This came with a different shirt. It looked like this, like the same thing Kyle and Bobby are wearing, but I decided to put on the Elite 71, I believe, Adam Cole's shirt on him, so it looked a little better, because he doesn't really wear the same shirts that Fish and O'Reilly do. But yeah, so that's my only 3-pack figure I believe I have. So now if I open the drawer to my men's figures, I'm just going to start pulling at random. We got this, I want to say Elite 51 or 6, maybe 50, maybe 62. I don't know. I think it's 59 though. Zack Ryder, when he came out in 2016, I believe it was, repping the red, white, and blue, because it was July 4th. And we got this, I'm gonna say 93 series. Rob Van Dam, one of my favorite figures. I love the color scheme, I love the skull, and I love how he moves. Really good figure. Then we have Elite 91 MSK. These came separate, so I'm not counting them as they're together. But we got Nash Carter and Wes Lee. Really good figures. Next up we have Bray Wyatt. We got this from, I want to say, 2015, 2017 Bray Wyatt. But again, really good figure, and I like that figure a lot. Next up we have one of my newer figures. I believe this is Elite 93 or 4, Seth Rollins. Really good figure. The only complaint I have is not the figure's fault, really. It's the head is a little loose, and this red line that came on his head. It's kind of annoying. Next up we have this Ultimate Warrior figure, which looks extremely identical to the Zack Ryder figure. Ultimate Warrior's just a little darker, but it's fine. And we got this phenomenal AJ Styles in Elite form instead of a basic form. Then we have glorious Bobby Roode. I like that figure. He came with a really loose head. So if you have those like orthodontal bands that keep your teeth like straight, I'll put a picture of them somewhere. I slipped that over his head, and then it kept it pretty still. It's pretty loose though, still, but better than what it was. I did the same thing with Hangman Adam Page's left arm, which was really loose. Then we have, I believe it's 2022 Top Picks, Jeff Hardy. My favorite, one of my favorite figures. I think my favorite has to go to the Shawn Michaels Ultimate Edition. But we got Jeff Hardy. Now, this is my sister's other figure and her last figure that she has that she gave to me, pretty much. It's Ricochet. I like that Ricochet figure a lot. The only real complaint I have is that if you listen closely, you can hear the ab crunch is weird. Like, I can go here and then to here normal, but I can go lower, but it just makes a it gets stuck on the abs and it clacks and stays in place. It's kind of annoying. Next up is the man that pretty much started everything that I have today. I don't like the wrestler, but I like this figure. It's Goldberg. Now, with this Goldberg figure, it came with the ring. Everything is in, the steps, and the commentary table with the chairs and stuff. So, grateful to that figure. Grateful to my grandmother who gave that to me. Next up, we have another Top Picks. This one might be 2020, maybe 2021. Not too sure, but it's Rey Mysterio. Probably, it's one of my shortest figures, but my shortest figure that I do have, I should have included in the basics, but he moves around like an elite, so that's why I kept him there. You can barely see him, but it's Hornswoggle. So Hornswoggle is my smallest figure, and then we'll compare him to my biggest figure, which is, I want to say, Elite 71. Big Show. He takes up nearly the entire frame. But we do have the Big Show coming in as my tallest figure. So if we compare him to Hornswoggle, it's a pretty large difference. So Big Show is my tallest figure, coming in at almost, I want to say, 8 inches long. Pretty big figure. This thing, Hornswoggle, comes in at around maybe 3 or 4. Next up, I can't tell you what series this is, but it is an Aleister Black figure, who is the current WCPW Hardcore Champion. Next up, we do have The Fiend Bray Wyatt, really good figure that I really like. Next up, we have The Rock. We got Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Really good figure. He has this blue spot that came on his head, and it's annoying, but you can barely see it if you're looking at it if you're looking at it weird. Next up, we have the other Ultimate Edition I have. It is the Ultimate Edition John Cena, the newer one, and it's really good figure. Next up, I believe, is also Elite Series 71, Adam Cole Bebe, wearing so this shirt should go on him, but I swapped them, because that's fine. And next up, we have this Elite 94 Bret Hart. I think it's 94, maybe 93, maybe 92, maybe 91. I don't really know. Next up, these two did not come together, but I'm going to count them together. It is Breezango, Fandango, and Tyler Breeze. And this was when Tyler Breeze had a ponytail, but I broke it off by accident, so it kind of looks more like it does now with his shaved head. Next up, we do have this Paul Orndorff figure. Really good figure. Brings back to like retro times. Next up, we have the Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt, which I got for Christmas this year, which I really like. I also got the mock Adam Page for Christmas, and the Ultimate Edition Shawn Michaels for Christmas, which I'm very grateful to my family for. Next up, we got Hollywood John Cena when he was in the Fast and Furious, I believe. I couldn't tell you what character he played. I'll have to look at the box again. Next up, we do have the original bro, Matt Riddle. Then we have one of my taller figures, Big Cass. Again, I have a lot of tall figures, but yeah, they start collecting and you can't really stop them. But yeah, really good figure. And he came with a custom microphone, which I really like. Then we have Keith Lee. I love that figure so much. Then we have this Randy Orton figure, which I really like. Lost to Roman Reigns in the last pick fed. Next we have Daniel Bryan, who just attacked AJ Styles. If you follow my pick fed, which you really should, Anarchy is coming out soon, which is my first pay-per-view. And that match is against, I believe, the Elite 71, Jeff Hardy, but it doesn't have to be the Elite 71, Jeff Hardy, and the 2021 Roman Reigns. So it's Jeff Hardy versus Roman Reigns at Anarchy for the WCPW World Heavyweight Championship, which I think is going to be a really good match, and you should watch. Down to the last couple of figures. Right here, we do have Samoa Joe. Really good figure, and my first figure, I believe they came with interchangeable hands, so that was a really good moment for me. Now I have at least 200. Something calm. Next we have Drew McIntyre with a really loose head that's so bothersome. It pops right off and can never go on because he has interchangeable heads that comes with that. And then last and definitely least, we got Velveteen Dream. I'm not even gonna rep him. He's back there. No one likes him. You can watch one of my other videos, like I think it's my second video, and you'll know why I do not like him. But yeah, so that is every single one of my figures. But if you made it this far, if you can, count them and put them in the comments. You will be pinned, liked, and all around, just, I'll love you. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a happy new year, and here's to 2023. Have a good day. Bye.